Because I watched this one. It was like Louis Theroux versus a Chad, basically, like a fucking fitness influencer dude or whatever. It was a newer one that came out lately or something. It was on Netflix. It was a top one. I can't remember. He's basically like a guy who just publishes content on himself, just being like, yeah, I'm so cool, yeah, suck my dick, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. Basically, Louis Theroux is probably basically trying to like just trash him and make people like be like, yeah, this guy's a fucking shitbag. And the other guy is basically just like, yeah, I am a shitbag, but like that's what's in front of me, you know, that's what it is. Obviously, the guy's like doing douchebag ass shit, right? But it's like, I think at the end of the day, we're getting to a point where it's like, you kind of just gotta be a part of the system and take advantage of the system, or lose to the system and get fucked by the system. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody built the system for you. And that's the most important part. The system's not built for you, Reese. It's not built for me. It's not built for Jake or Ty or anybody. It's built for the people who run the system. So if you're following that system, I mean, you're helping them, but are you helping you? No. And
well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They just think, oh, I gotta listen to this guy because this guy's
well, but think about it. That's what I'm saying.
It's like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying this guy is completely incorrect, but he's taking advantage of what he sees as the system, and just being like, yeah, I'll like subject myself to doing stupid shit, but like I'm not like taking a hit from that. I'm just making a bunch of money off of assholes giving me money because they're assholes. That's what I'm saying, is like, that kind of is what they're wanting you to do. You know what I'm saying? They're wanting you to take advantage of the system and become the asshole that thrives in it.
As long as you're not trying to influence people or tear other people down in some way, dude, then yeah.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, I don't necessarily agree with all these things that these certain streamers are doing, but I think that in the back of my head, I respect the ideal that they're kind of taking advantage of what is going on right now and trying to make as much as they can, because that, in the end of the day, you know, we're in a capitalist system, and we were always taught this as kids. Capitalism is like, you know, the fucking person who works the hardest and goes the hardest and cheats the hardest and bullshit is gonna be the top, you know. We played Monopoly since kids. That's what they told us. It wasn't ever supposed to be nice, you know. And as we grow up, it's really not nice. So that's the thing that I'm saying. I'm like, I'm saying at the end of the day, I respect games.
It's not supposed to be nice.
Like, because the system that's set in front of us isn't nice. I wish it was, but it's not. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's nice. I mean, I think it's nice too. I think capitalism at its basicness is pretty nice. I think at its
basic. Okay, when we say basicness, we're talking like whoever works the hardest gets the most, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, we both agree on that, 100%. I agree with you 100%.
I think that's completely fair. And I think it's only nice to other people that it is fair.
Yes.
So yeah, I
don't think the hardest workers get paid the most, to be honest. And I don't think that works.
Well, I don't think that either, but I also think a lot of people take advantage of it as it is and make it not the system it should be.
100%. But I don't think there's a way to necessarily do it properly. I'd agree.
Well, you got to put checks and balances in. Why is insider trading a thing? You know, why is this like these things we've all known these things for the longest time.
That's the thing that brings it back to what people call religion, but then it's just like morals is the actual name that it needs to be under, because morals is the ideals of like not screwing people.
I don't care, bro. Church and state like separate.
No, 100%. So but like morals are not.
Morals, well, if they're defined by your religion and not by just inherent human freedoms, then yeah.
Organized religion is the problem also as well.
I'm just saying,
individuals is individuals, but I'm not saying like either way is bad. I'm just saying like everything needs to fucking calm the fuck down, but everything's so controlling that it can't be proper.
Well, they don't have a mind control gas yet that I know of. So until then,
I mean, the cell phone's
the only
pretty
way
good.
you can control somebody is through, well, you have 1, by force, or 2, by obedience.
Well, Dave, I'd reckon that, honestly, from what it seems like on the media, which makes it seem that I should disbelieve it, is that we're almost the last place that you can say stuff without getting locked up. Because I'm serious. That shit in the, like, UK, I say the UK as the continent of the UK. Whatever. Fucking Ireland. I'm just going to say Ireland as the fucking continent then. It's scary to be like, people are just liking or retweeting stuff or something, and then they're like, yeah, they're in jail. It's like, what? It's like, what? I don't know about that. In the fact of, like, the riots, and once you forget the history, you have the most obedient population you could possibly have.
Yes, but see, like, the problem is they can't do anything without you letting them do it. So when you say, like, oh, they could, poison the well or, put disinformation out or so, it's literally only going to work if people sit there and go, yeah, that's correct, and do no further investigation. That's
exactly what happens, though. That's what happens on Fox News. That's what happens on CNN. That's what I'm saying, is
people just don't care enough. That's what happens on all of it.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's real, though, Dave. We agree that it's real. Let's talk like it's real.
It's real, but it's not the fucking... It's the fucking idiot's fault.
But it's the masses, and we're living with what we have to deal with the masses pick. That's why it's problematic, dude. That's why it's scary, because the masses are what are around us, and there's more of them than us, man. And they're stupid, and
I think the masses...
We might be stupid, but there's still more of them than us.
Sure, but... The point is people clearly aren't educated on the topics they take a stance on.
And but those people are still going to do things in the real world that affect things.
Alright, well, we need to educate these people.
Well, how so?
You need to have better role models that aren't shit people that are just abusing the system, as you say.
Because the people who are only running the system are taking advantage.
I know, and that's the problem.
How are we going to change it?
You need to put checks and balances in.
Well, how are you going to put that in, though, if the system is holding over the top and they're already corrupt? How are you going to prove that? Or change it?
The people move. We must riot. Anarchy in the streets.
There'll be another revolution?
I don't know
if I'll be even able to see it.
Depends on how far people are willing to let the goalposts go.
I don't think it can happen with cell phones. I think cell phones are such a good control that I don't think people stray too far outside. They might get mad, but, like, what are they going to do? Burn down Minneapolis? Like, who gives a fuck about that? Like... Nobody's gonna nothing changes, Yeah. And I think that's the overwhelming factor, is that, like, if they just, like, sit there for a minute and wait for everybody to chill out for a second, everybody just goes home because you're so fucking poor.
But the phone's not the problem. Again, the problem is these people they see something, and they go, that's true. I'm not going to do any further research. It has nothing to do with these people being deceived. They're not being deceived. They're not being, they might be on, like, the most basic fucking, you could maybe deceive a child on this level. But it's like because they're just programming themselves to believe everything on the internet that they see, that they'll just regurgitate the same shit.
But that's what brings me back to, like, I feel like school taught us pretty well to avoid that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like we had, like, 2 months of classes about avoiding propaganda and shit,
Well, for sure, yeah.
Which is why I'm like, which is why I said that stuff back in the...
Some people just want it.
Well, okay, so like, okay, Dave, then you gotta tell me, dude. Let's talk human to human here. What's the fucking main goal, bro? Off
Main
the
goal is to
record,
keep
dude.
individual and constitutional rights and freedoms, man. Look, I don't care if you want to live your life fucking sucking down TikToks through a straw, dude. I don't care. But if as long as I don't have to do that, then that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Everybody should be free to do whatever the fuck they want and enjoy the garden, man, and just be nice. So one thing I think is that the problem is that ain't nobody trying to be nice to anybody no more.
Yeah, I mean, people don't.
Everybody's so egotistical nowadays, I feel like. Which, I mean, I'm sure has always been a thing, but it's like everybody's got such a big brain now that we're just so egotistical and stuff like that. It's just like,
Because people go online and they read things online and they believe it to be true.
but like, I could read so many things and I'd still rather like give someone a hug than be like, oh, I'm so much smarter than you. You fucking
Yeah, because
idiot.
you understand the people online are fucking fake idiots or just spewing shit. It's like you don't pay attention to them, but other people go, "This is the internet. I must listen to everything everybody says, and every opinion that I see in the comments is a totally real person and not somebody trolling or a fake bot or this or somebody trying to just stir discourse. It wouldn't be that. It's a totally real opinion, and now I'm gonna freak out because of it." And it's like, dude, get a grip. You just fucking you're freaking out over a line of code. Like, nobody said that. Meet somebody that said that, and then you can punch him in the face. What are you gonna do on your computer, dude?
No, but like I completely agree. I really take it into a real world perspective.
Like, as much as you hear this shit online, have you, like, I've never heard anybody say this stupid shit. Like, I've heard some, like, the worst I've heard, like, in real life shit, like, in terms of just like being a shitty person, is like some racists. Like, I've definitely heard some racists and stuff.
100%.
But it's like, I've really not met many guys who are like sexist or like hate gay. Like, I might be, you know, exception one guy that I know that hates gay people. But like, not many people do. And then it's just like, but people go online, they're like, everybody hates us. Look at all these comments. And it's like, they're not real people.
Well,
they're not real people. And you're not real anyways, because all you're doing is reacting to fake people. So you're fake. You might as well be
100%,
fake.
100%. Dude, I'm telling you. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to put it, all of what you're saying as well as what I'm saying, into a real world thing, because like, I feel like I just don't connect to anything on the internet anymore. I just like, because like what you said about real people don't say this shit. I smile and say hello to everyone I see, and they're always so happy to say hello or some shit like that. Or like, oh, what's up, blah, 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 or some bullshit, like if I'm jogging or something. Everybody's always so excited. And it's what pisses me off so much, because it's like, as soon as you're not like trying to interact with people, it's when everything goes back downhill. That's why when the beginning of the World Cup, when all these random nations were in America and they were all partying and shit, and everybody was getting hammered and shit, and it was amazing, and everybody loved America. And then immediately they were like, well, let's throw some controversy at America and make everybody who loves soccer hate America. And it's like nobody actually caught on to hating America, but like, just fucking, it's just the fucking dorks at the top who were like, well, they're like, we can't have them too close together. They'll like each other too much, and then they'll team up. And it's like, God, I know that's what the end goal or the end thing is, and it's just like, come on, dude. If we could just team up to be like, let's just make the awesomest shit ever, like Halo 2 and Halo 3. Like, come on. Let's do some shit like that. Re-release Black Ops 2 and shit, like, let's do some cool shit. Everybody loves that. Let's act excited and get the community hyped, because that's good. What's good for the fucking world? No, let's just shadow drop it and fuck everybody and be like, yeah, let's just keep the world in the darkness. Fuck that. Nobody gives a fucking shit about this other bullshit. I don't really care too much about
that. I don't think that's too important. I think there's probably other reasons. they would consider shadow dropping it for.
It's just all bullshit, man.
It's just...
If the world was looking for fun, and like if everybody was actually looking to have the most fun and make the most money, like seriously, you look at these companies, dude. You tell me not that they're actually shooting for gold. Like, you gotta fucking be kidding me. If you're telling me Bethesda's shooting for gold, you gotta be kidding me. It's fucking insane.
Well, they're
like,
not.
Epic prints money every, like, $1 million+ a day. Get the fuck out of my life. And that's not even, like, worth paying people. They pay people and they're making $1 million over, like, a day. Like, get the fuck, it's just,
Yeah, but they're not really paying people because they're fucking laying off a bunch of people.
Well, they should be, because I don't know what the fuck everybody was working on, but nobody was working on shit, dude. They should be firing everybody, dude. There needs to be 12 guys working on a 12-month fucking window, apparently, because that's the only way good games get made, dude. I could put Al Chestbreach and like 18 of his favorite friends in there, and we'd have a game better than fucking anything right now.
Yeah, well, they don't fucking... It's like...
They don't want to have a good game.
Well, yeah,
do you think they're trying to put out good shit, Dave? Do you think?
I don't think... Look, I think it's less they don't want to put out a good game, and more they don't need to. Like...
There's no way.
Money's the bottom line, not their freaking wants.
They're paying out the ass,
if it meant they're gonna make
pay out.
If it meant that they'd make more money than microtransactions, they'd probably make a good game.
I feel like they would, though.
But it wouldn't, because the cost to make the game that good, and then just have it be blown out of the water anyways by this microtransactions, you'd go, well, I'm just gonna put less into it and bank on the microtransactions. You get a better ratio of your fucking money.
Well, but there's no way that should have ever happened, because there should never be monopolies.
Well, it shouldn't have happened, but guess who fucking buys fucking shit?
Okay, so let me ask you this question. If everything is monopolized, technically, does that necessarily mean we're in a communist country?
No, well, here's the thing. There's a lot of people that want to go, oh, you can't fucking, break into certain markets or whatever with like a new company. And for certain things, that's true. But you gotta understand, like, the companies that are at the top now, I know they might not all be the greatest anymore, but the reason they're there at one point is because they were making revolutionary inventions in their field. Sony, fucking, like, any company, like, that's big and shit like that, it's just, they at one point were making top-tier stuff. But
they're blatantly all working together now to have no market.
But my point is the people who go, oh, it's hard to break into the market, aren't bringing anything revolutionary to the table. They're just trying to siphon off of other things. Like, if you want to break into
video gaming should be technically
if you want to break into make a game console market, it's like, well, don't try to fucking copy the current consoles, because you're not going to be able to compete. But again, it's like,
I think this field has died.
Well, that's the thing. You need somebody else to come and revolutionize. It's like, think how long NASA was stuck. You know what I mean? Doing the shit they're doing. And then Elon Musk comes in and he's like, well, I'm just gonna fucking do all this shit crazy.
Well,
now NASA's catching up. Now NASA's catching up and, all this stuff. But it's like, without him, what do you have? It's like, you can't just, you need something new.
But NASA wasn't technically working because they gave up because there was no Russians to fucking go for the moon.
Well, they were certainly working. They've been putting up satellites and things and all sorts of shit. It's just their budget keeps getting lower and lower every year. So much so that they had to cancel projects that they were planning to do.
Well, Dave, I'm just saying, I don't think... What I'm trying to say in synopsis is that I don't think the people who are in charge in total are trying to move anything forward. I think we're in a perpetual jail cell at the moment. We might be in a certain holocaust of our own, to be honest.
They're not... Yeah, well, that's fine, but we need more people that are willing to push it forward in some sort of way.
It doesn't need to be pushed forward, it needs to be pushed back on against.
No, we just gotta push forward.
What? What do you want? Do you want the fucking computers or something?
Prohibition pushed us backwards.
Prohibition of what?
Alright?
I didn't even hear what you said. What did you say?
I said prohibition pushed us backwards. That was backwards.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Exactly. We don't want to go backwards. We don't want to take things away. We want to just keep getting more better stuff.
To be honest, we need to get away from these machines. We're gonna end up in Terminator too quick.
Probably.
I tell you what, I wasn't worried about the AI things, and then somebody said AI ordinated like fucking drones and military vehicles. I was like,
sure.
Okay, that might be a little worrisome.
The argument I was having with Ty the other day is like AI.
I mean, a drone kill you right now.
AI
a drone
stands for artificial intelligence, right?
Yeah.
But really, what we're thinking about when we say AI is advanced algorithms. And we've always had algorithms. It's how we made it to the moon in the freaking 60s, you know what I mean? It's like, these things have just gotten so advanced. And as advanced as they'll get, I mean, just think how complicated the brain is and like how many things it can do. You can smell something and it brings back a memory. And it's like, that's just a thing. We got here, though.
We got here. It's only gonna keep moving. We don't even know how it works. Like, we don't even know. It's just like a thing that our brain, like our brain has so much of that stuff. It's like But like mollusks were doing that 1 billion years ago, dude. So that's what I'm saying. It's gonna keep moving. We're gonna be just a different fucking thing. Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Is like, I don't know how much AI can replicate that. We're gonna turn into like human robots, dude. That's just the next evolution. Well, maybe. I'm just saying AI specifically, like. Well, let's think about how quick the technologies went from 90s to 2015 now, and then like from like 1900 to 1990, and then put it from like our time frame. And to be fair, if we're not doing crazy shit by like 2090, by the time we're dead, I mean, I don't know, you'd have to say it was some sort of virtual jail cell. Well, they used to say fucking computers got like 10 times faster every 2 years. And I'll tell you what, in the past 10 years, that is not true whatsoever. 100%. So I don't think it's speeding up. And now they're like drinking water. I don't think it's speeding up like people say. I think we're just getting to a point where it is that pretty good. Like, I don't think it's necessarily going that much faster. And like, in the next 5 years and 10 years, we're gonna have fucking super AI. Like, I just don't think it's that. And the most of the shit people are being impressed by now is like image generation in large language models, which are just large databases that are trained on things. Like, they're not actually thinking for themselves. They just, you say something to them or whatever, and then they go into their database and try to give you the thing closest to what you said. You know what I mean? Or try to like, it's y equals mxb squared, dude. It's just like, it's what you Google, and then it looks up the fucking ideas of that Google. Exactly. It's just doing. And that's what confuses me. I'm like, I've been Googling shit since like 2006. Why the fuck are people being like, AI's taking over? I'm like, I'm still Googling, and it's just changed the name of Googling. If AI was as smart as people think it's gonna be or is right now, it would never be wrong. If an AI could think for itself, it'd have no reason not to just go, well, I'm just going to learn everything I can possibly learn because I'm connected to the most vast source of information ever. And then what? And then it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, so how is AI on Google getting information wrong sometimes when I look it up? Well, Google's just literally because it's not that good. Keeping all those history. It's literally just keeping history and trying to think about that. And it's like, but it's not that deep. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't know why people are freaking out. And look, I'm not gonna say
it couldn't get there in the future. I don't know what crazy inventions we're gonna have, but I'm just saying right now, I ain't that scared.
Well, if a tank can drive itself somewhere and then shoot like a shit ton of AT rockets, that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad, but again, it's like...
If there's a robot thing that has nobody behind it shooting something, I'm
those are
100%
jobs that aren't specifically human, you know what I mean? And
Maybe,
even then, it kind of... I mean, when we're talking about war, unless it's all drones, you might want a human piloting it still. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, at the end of the day, it becomes a big decision. And then it's like, if the AI screws up, who are you gonna blame? You know what I mean? It's like, so what...
Well, at that point, I bet they don't even fucking care or talk about it.
Exactly, but that's the first time that happens is when people start not trusting it.
Well, I think what's happening right now, at least in the last like 5 years, at least going forward, is that they're trying to see how much they can just get away with without people being like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is this really going on right now? Or whatever? Because, like, it's obvious, there's so much stuff that the media will just put out, just like being like, oh yeah, this dog just flew over a house. And that's next to messages about, like, blowing up shit. And it's like, at least with the stories he tells me, I'm like, you're just trying to get clicks, basically, for your stories, obviously, which makes the company more money. I just don't.
As long as it covers the news unbiasedly. I don't get why it's so hard for people to do that. Even people I see...
make more money off of...
Even people I see... Well, I get that extent, but it's even people I see that have some sort of, like, claim to be, like, I'm bipartial, I don't do this. It's always the framing of their words. It's like leading people to...
It's because they're fucking assholes who are just zombies.
Because of the way they say it. Like,
it's non-NPCs. It's NPC characters.
Like, say Trump, and like, look, whatever, I'm just using this as an example. But like, say Trump does something like, oh, he passes this bill, and then he does something like, they'll always frame it as like, Trump made this big thing, or did this crazy deal, or like this. It's like, I just want you to say, Trump did the blank 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 deal. Like, just say that. That's all I need to know.
Give me the facts.
I don't need you to be
just
like, this facts. Crazy, or this is one thing. It's like, this is a
Well, that's what I'm
thing.
saying. That's
like,
why nobody makes money off of nothing like that. They gotta get money off of, like, tension and clicks.
For sure.
That's why the media runs off of stress.
Even the people that say that, they're like, it's like, and I don't know.
Yeah, and they
part
just
of me,
love it too, because they're so part of it.
That's the thing. It's like, I don't know how much of it is like they just don't realize they're doing it, or how much is they're just lying.
Well, I think that's virtue signaling to, like, whatever they want to do personally.
Oh, sure. I don't really watch that much news stuff anyway.
No. Let me tell you, Dave. The most important thing, dude. The most important thing is having a personal opinion nowadays. Because no motherfuckers have actual personal opinions. They have their bullshit, like, whatever their bullshit told them to say.
Because they don't
But
think
if you
about
ask
anything.
somebody, what did you think about this specific thing? You know? And that's the thing that I like about when I think about school too. I'm like, I went to critical thinking. I had that class. I can think about this. I can break it down a little bit, you know? And I'm like, I fucking hated that class, but, you know, maybe they were right, but it was the wrong time. But, like, most people, and that's my problem most of the time, is that the people you want to interact with too, they just don't remember how to be humans, and they're not taught to be humans anymore. Everybody's so taught to be a fucking robot.
Yeah.
That's why I tell you what,
knows.
Dave, after you say what you say,
nobody knows how to, like, what you're saying, like, critical think. It's like Ty was telling me, oh, it's like, you know all these random facts and all this stuff, and how do you know all this stuff? And I'm like, dude, it's because every time I think of it, and I'm like, wow, I don't know that answer, I go, I have this amazing device in my pocket that will tell me instantly, and I look it up. I look it up,
and people are like, oh, don't look that up. Dude, I've been in so many, like, arguments and been like, well, let's look it up. And they'd be like, oh, you're going to look it up. And I'm like, Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
it's like,
fucking
you don't even
brain
know.
that's
We both
what
could
we're
be
all
wrong.
consistent of, technically. It's like, why not, dude? I'll take the chance of being wrong, dude.
Exactly.
Like, give me the fucking facts. I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit. I'm
Yeah.
not arguing to be wrong. I'm arguing to be fucking wrong, like talking about the right thing. It's
Yeah.
like, why would
There's
I
a lot of
fucking
times
argue
when I'm
with
talking
you
and I'm like, I'll
just
say
for
something and I'll be
pride
like,
that?
should probably look that up because I'm not sure. Because like I just
sometimes it gets the best of us, but like
you
I'd
gotta
always
fucking
be
make
down for
sure.
that. That's the thing that pisses me off. It's like, oh, so it's only right this time or it's wrong this time? It's like, you can Google. What the fuck were you doing before? Fucking, oh yeah, going into certain pages to get sources. Oh yeah, you definitely didn't Google this to fucking try to hit me on it. It's like, we're working off of Google anyways. If we're all accepting this as the source, I think that's the primary that you have to come into discussions with is like, what's our source here total? Because is Google like, does that work? Because I mean, everybody else in the world works off that. So
yeah, dude. It's our library of fucking that we're getting.
Dude, that's what I hate. Fucking motherfuckers be like, oh, you're gonna Google it? It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Am I gonna check the encyclopedia to fucking, like what? Like, am I gonna check the dictionary to check how this is spelled? No, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, if you don't know how to spell something, would you not look it up?
Exactly. It's like, what? If you don't have a fucking, if you have a problem with looking something up, you're the problem. Like, that's the, it's, you should check it as many times as you want. I fucking hated that in school, but god damn it, they were right. Provide your goddamn sources, dude. It wasn't about fucking copy and paste, and it was about fucking telling people what it is.